Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Law & Order Legacies. Let's continue.
You think our boy Franklin is the killer?
Pieces seem to fit.
So, if he entered the golf team code to get back into the weight room after the murder, who entered the first code?
The mystery code? It could have been Tag himself. His weight room privileges were revoked when he got kicked off the wrestling team, but his mom said he was good at getting around the rules.
So then Tag let Franklin in.
Not realizing the kid had a gun and meant business.
It's a good theory. Not enough evidence for an arrest.
Not yet. Come on, let's find some.
Can't you just talk to him when he gets back from the driving range?
We intend to do that, but in the meantime, we need to take a look in his locker.
Oh, you can't do that without a warrant.
No, but you can. New Jersey versus TLO. Back in '85, Supreme Court decided school administrators have the right to search lockers, provided they have just cause for suspicion.
You've done your homework, Detective. I'm impressed. Still,
I was about to say the same
Franklin
thing.
Bedford's always been a well-behaved student.
So, he has no alibi, he knew the golf code, and he has motive.
We think Franklin blamed Tag for his brother's death.
Oh dear. I'm not unaware of the rumors that have been circulating around the school.
Revenge is a
Man, that
powerful
rainy
motivator,
sound
Mrs.
is playing a
Portman.
lot.
I suppose I should open that locker for you. What exactly are you expecting to find?
We'll know it when we see it.
I can almost guarantee you that
Bingo.
just routinely some schools go through students' lockers.
Yeah, Tyler.
Franklin Bedford, where were you this morning at 6?
Why? What's this about?
Little matter of a murder weapon we found in your locker. Care to explain? Book it.
You are under arrest for the murder of Tag Vanderhook. You have
You
the
wouldn't
right
want to
remain
arrest him
silent.
yet.
Anything you say
You'd
can
wanna-
will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to a lawyer.
Well, maybe you should arrest him to Mirandize him. That way, that any testimony.
No confession yet?
Not a word. They must teach counter-interrogation at that fancy prep school.
Time to turn up the pressure.
Good cop, bad cop?
He's only 15. He's not too old to cry. You get him there, then I'll turn on the compassion and bring him home.
I'm sick of waiting for a confession from this punk. We got the weapon, we got the motive. At this point, he's just wasting our time.
Go easy,
I hate
Detective.
where they have
Come on,
one
Franklin.
character sitting
Come
down and
clean.
the other
It'll be a
standing.
lot easier for everybody if you do.
My client maintains he's innocent.
Give me a break. Where's a little kid like you get a hold of a Walther P-22? Daddy give it to you for first communion?
My
He's
client
already-
has no idea how that weapon got into his locker.
For Christ's sakes.
He's gonna have guns. Do you remember the strategy for coaxing out a confession out of Franklin? Yeah, I thought it was good cop, bad cop. Good. Put him off guard. Get him to the breaking point, then use compassion. There's no, like, even strike here. So, good cop, bad cop. I'm supposed to be bad cop. No, I guess I'm playing as both characters now, so let's go with good cop.
He killed your brother. At least that's what you thought. You did it in the name of justice. The DA will recommend leniency.
That strategy didn't work. I guess I was supposed to start with bad cop.
You hated Tag, didn't you? Of course you did. Harrison didn't like him a bit, and you wanted to be just like Harrison.
Don't talk about my brother.
Franklin, it's okay.
Ouch. So we're doing something very odd here. And then, so I guess we're supposed to go bad cop again.
Sure. Harrison was your hero. Great athlete, big man on campus.
Everything
the
is
perfect
different
older
now.
brother. The hero died, and his enemy went on living. It must have burned you up every time you saw Tag's smirking face in the hall. Knowing how he got away with murder.
Shut up,
Shut up! You don't know what really happened.
Don't take the bait.
You're getting under his skin. This is totally different.
Everybody knew Tag killed your brother, but nobody could touch him. There he was, walking around free, laughing about Harrison, telling everybody what a loser Harrison was.
Lies, it was all lies! He was a damn liar, and so are you. He deserved it. He deserved what he got.
Franklin, watch yourself.
He's cracking. What now? Now we go with good cop.
Sure, you had every right to be outraged. And you had access to a gun?
My dad's safe. I found the combination.
So you stashed it in your
What's the
locker,
combination?
and when the opportunity presented itself?
But I didn't. I wanted to. I admit it. I brought the gun to school, but then everybody started whispering, and I couldn't go through with it. I wasn't the one who shot Tag, I swear.
Then who did?
I don't know.
Close enough to a confession for me.
Really? We're gonna take this to court? We've got nothing. Whatever, let's move forward.
Docket number
At the very least, you
4258677.
could get him fined for bringing a
People
gun to
versus
school.
Franklin Bedford, felony murder in the first degree.
How does your client plead, Mr. Vance?
Innocent, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the people request bail in the amount of $500,000.
That's excessive. My client is a juvenile.
So was the victim. Franklin Bedford shot him in cold blood and then returned to desecrate the body. Under the circumstances, $500,000 is warranted.
Last year, I had a young man disappear to Europe after making bail on a drunk driving charge. I'd like to see Franklin stick around. $500,000.
Fine. I'll cut you a check. You bastards aren't gonna take him from me.
Mr. Bedford.
Ha! This is... You can't find Harrison's killer, and now you want to haul Franklin off on trumped-up charges. Well, we're gonna beat you. Don't you worry, son. We're gonna win this thing.
Mr. Bedford,
It's in the
you are
bag.
out of order.
The gun must be ruled inadmissible.
The gun is
Am
the
I
critical
seriously
piece of
going to
evidence in the case, Your Honor.
do this whole
Illegal
case?
Search and seizure.
No.
It was obtained without a warrant.
The police were within their rights.
Is McCoy correct in his assertion? Yes. Here's the thing. Children in the United States have never been guaranteed any rights at all. Anyone under 18. Secondly, if you put something in the locker on school premises, it's in school property and they have every right to go through it. It has been found every time, over and over again. Now, perhaps if they had searched the boy himself and he had a gun on him, maybe then it would be thrown out. Particularly if his parents weren't there or no advocate was there. But there's such massive leniency and one-sidedness as far as the law is against children and for school systems that this is just how it is. And of course, kids don't have the money to hire lawyers to change the laws. Warrant is unnecessary if the suspect is a minor. Not particularly true. We did obtain a warrant. The school administrator authorized the search. Who is this guy on the right?
New Jersey versus TLO established that school administrators can search students' lockers given reasonable cause for suspicion. The circumstances of the crime naturally threw suspicion on the accused.
And the locker was in fact opened by an administrator.
By the headmistress, yes.
Then I'm dismissing the motion to suppress.
This seems so odd. It just feels like we're doing the wrong court case and we're too
Mr.
quick.
Bedford, is your son capable of murder?
Too.
Of course not.
Feels like we've only been playing for
the youth
40
anti-violence
minutes.
march in the park last fall.
Would I like to object? Yes.
Objection.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. The defendant's opposition to violence in the abstract can't be taken as evidence against his propensity for actual violence.
Sustained. Please strike that from the record.
Tag Vanderhook was shot at 6 a.m. May 6.
At which time Franklin was home.
You can swear to this?
With pleasure. Now, let's be honest. This trial is a farce. My son has been targeted because he's a Bedford. Certain factions in this city want to see us cut down to size.
Well, I like to object.
Objection.
Speculation.
The defendant is speculating about the people's motives. We intend to prove this case on the evidence.
Objection sustained. You're not doing yourself any favors, Mr. Bedford.
Tell us about your interactions with your son on the morning of the 6th.
I woke up about a quarter after 5 to the sound of his golf swing. And that happens every morning in season. He likes to practice in the yard at sunrise. We had breakfast together half an hour later, as usual, and after that I dropped him off at school.
You drove him personally?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Usually he rides with Allison, but she took the bus that day.
Your witness, Mr. McCoy.
None of that seems to line up.
Mr. Bedford, are you aware that perjury is a federal offense?
I stand by my testimony.
All of it?
Let's ask about the golf practice. Let's ask about the breakfast. And let's ask about the drive to school. Wait a minute. Allison uses a Mercedes.
You personally drove Franklin to school?
In the Mercedes, yes. Allison was delayed by the baby that morning, as I recall, so she had to catch a bus.
Now, when we talked to Allison back here, let's see, school hallway. Here we are, Allison. Did we ever get her to say that she drove herself? Or that maybe they have more than one Mercedes. Maybe that's the case. She saw Allison's car in the parking lot.
Mrs. Boersma, the headmistress, told us that Allison drove the Mercedes to school that morning.
She was mistaken.
Golf practice.
You two had breakfast together.
As we do every morning.
Allison Conway said she never saw Franklin that morning.
Well, of course she wouldn't. As a rule, Allison stays in her room with the baby till it's time for her to go to school.
Nope. Baby food.
Allison told us she had been down to the kitchen that morning.
What can I say? The two of them just missed each other.
You testified that Franklin's golf practice woke you up.
Yes, he's very committed to improving his drive. I fully support him in his ambition, but unfortunately the backyard borders my bedroom.
Is it plausible that the golf practice woke him up? I think I'm supposed to say no, but there's really no proof of it. Like, because he's saying that he was woken up. Where is that testimony? Where's that testimony? Tag Vanderhunt was shot at 6 a.m., at which time Franklin was home. You can swear by this? I'm gonna just click no and guess. It was raining the day of the murder. There's no backyards, and there are no backyards in Manhattan. Also, Franklin never practices at home. Did she say he never practices at home? See, like, I'm gonna have to go all the way back to this long conversation. He's off with the golf team. They're on a big tournament coming up, and the coach has them practicing their swings. It was raining the day of the murder. I think this is the right thing. Otherwise, it would be there's no backyards in Manhattan. So it was about the raining. Interesting.
Your son must be very committed, considering it was pouring rain on the morning of the murder.
He, well, he may have been practicing in the study. I don't recall.
Practicing his drive in the study. I hope you don't have any Tiffany lamps in there.
Interesting. Let's talk about the weapon now.
The murder weapon was found in Franklin's locker. Perhaps you can tell the court where it came from.
I have no idea where it came from. Well, it was obviously planted there by the murderer.
Can we connect Mr. Bedford with the murder weapon? Yes. Franklin confessed to taking it from his father's safe. So that's the right one.
Mr. Bedford, Franklin has
Audio
already
glitch.
confessed to taking that gun from your safe.
Yes, well, all right, but not to pulling the trigger. I'm telling you, he was framed. Franklin was framed. What's that?
Your Honor, my client has some information to impart privately.
Are you requesting a recess?
I think I'm requesting a continuance.
Continuance. Interesting. Just keep going forward and see what happens.
Yes, Franklin Bedford was here that morning. He signed in at 5:48, and the nurse processed his paperwork at 6:40.
Is that significant fact? Yes. What is going on, though? We needed a conversation to happen here. Someone besides Franklin entered the mystery code. Someone besides Franklin shot Tag Vanderhook. Someone. Wow. All of the above is true. I figured something like that had to happen.
This is very important, Dr. Markovich.
Quite sure. Tissue samples arrived at the DNA lab at 10 a.m. on the same day. Results haven't come back yet.
DNA lab? Can you tell me the nature of the tests?
Franklin hasn't said?
No.
Then I'm afraid I have to invoke doctor-patient privilege.
So, is this an attempt to prove that Franklin is not genetically the son of his father, or that Allison's baby is actually his, or I don't even know what this is all about.
Okay, out with
Terrible writing.
Huh?
You were willing to risk going to jail rather than admit you were at the clinic on the morning of the murder.
So, the alibi checked out. As far as you're concerned, that's where the matter ends.
The matter ends when my curiosity is satisfied.
Why did you visit the doctor?
Why did you visit the clinic on May 5th?
They think I might have AIDS.
Believe him? Sure. Nope.
Nice try. Your tissues were sent to a DNA lab. They don't test for AIDS by analyzing your DNA.
Oops.
All right,
Missed
it's
that
not
part.
AIDS. It's a genetic disease. I don't remember what it's called.
If it's a genetic disease, then your dad's at risk. Let's call him right now.
Wait. I went in for a paternity test. I brought them a tissue sample from Allison's baby to find out if Harrison's really the father.
If not Harrison, then who?
Tag.
Interesting. So, Tag potentially, like, raped her when she passed out at the summer party.
Why didn't you tell the truth?
I wanted to protect Allison. She doesn't know about it.
She doesn't know. What do you mean she doesn't know?
I can't explain.
No. Franklin's in no position to withhold information. Franklin's been wasting all of our time long enough. All of the above again. It's very odd. The game has completely changed now. It's got all kinds of new concepts that we haven't done before, with the all of the above option, with good cop, bad cop. It's not even playing by the rules that's established in the 5 previous episodes. It's irritating.
Tag. I ran into him the Sunday before he died, when I was out pushing Brendan in his stroller. He started talking smack, acted like he was gonna mess with the baby. I told him to get back, and he was like, doesn't a father have rights anymore?
That's it.
Well, you know, it made me start to wonder.
Let me get this straight. Based on one smartass comment from Tag, you made arrangements to get a paternity test, then risked a murder conviction to keep it a secret? You took him that seriously?
Yeah, I took him seriously. Tag wasn't the kind of guy to tell lies for no reason.
Does this ring true? No. Tag had a good reason to lie. He hated Franklin. Franklin said earlier Tag was a habitual lie. Franklin already had conclusive proof to the contrary. Oh, got that one wrong too.
You told Detective Briscoe and Curtis that Tag told nothing but lies.
Yeah, but...
And you've been telling nothing but lies in this interview. Is the paternity test a lie as well?
No, look, I didn't believe Tag at first. Like you said, the dude was a liar, and I knew Allison couldn't stand him. But he kept needling me about it, telling me that Harrison knew all about him and Allison, and then, a couple days later, this came in the mail.
Enjoy the show. Everybody else has. I haven't seen my share of the box office, but that's about to change. Tag.
Don't say anything to my dad, okay? He might take it bad, and Allison, she's part of the family now, her and Brendan. I just don't want to be the one who spoils it.
Try again for a better score? I think not. We'll just forget that.
Okay, boys and girls, here she is in all her glory. Allison Conway, Harrison Bedford's little Brooklyn bitch. Poor girl can't hold her Jack and Coke.
This must have been shot at that party last spring.
That's right. Allison told us she passed out that night, and there's the evidence. I assume our narrator is Tag.
Miss Allison here is attempting to sleep her way into high society. Literally. Too bad she never learned the rule. You can't rise without the Vanderhook blessing.
I think I know where this is going.
So just to prove what a big-hearted guy I am, I'm gonna give it to her anyway. Watch closely, Harrison, buddy.
And it goes on from there.
I can understand why Franklin didn't want this to get out. Allison is like a sister to him.
But what does this do for our case? If Franklin didn't do it...
Then somebody framed him. Someone who had access to the weight room and Franklin's locker.
Could be Allison herself. If she knows about the video.
I think we need to have another talk with her. Should we tell her everything up front?
We got no choice. Paternity of her child is in question. If she doesn't know that, she needs to.
Come on, Ray, she's just a kid. Her world has already been blown apart once. Last thing she needs right now is news like this. Why not wait until the test results are in? If Harrison's the father, she never needs to learn about the video.
Interesting choice. I just think from the police perspective, they would not want to give any information up. That's how you play a game like this, is you keep everything to yourself and you play it close to the vest. This almost feels like a divergent point that we saw in The Walking Dead Season 1, where there was one major decision you could make at the end of an episode, and then it affects the final episode. I wouldn't even be super surprised if this is actually the end of the episode. Let's go with no.
Is this about Tag's murder? I've told you everything I know.
We need you to think back further, to last year, just before Harrison was killed, but after that party where you first met Tag.
Did you notice anything different about Harrison after that? Something to do with his attitude towards Tag?
If there's something you haven't told us, for whatever reason.
You must be talking about the attack.
What attack?
Somebody ambushed Tag, split his face wide open.
Does that fit with the evidence? Yes. He has a scar. So Harrison very possibly hired the preppy jogger to kill him, and he killed the wrong kids.
They never told us who did it, but the rumor was it was Harrison. I didn't know whether to believe it. I mean, I knew he was pissed at Tag for insulting me, but he wasn't the type to go postal like that.
They never told us?
When you say they never told you who attacked Tag, what do you mean? Who's they?
Mrs. Boersma and the secretaries. They heard the screams and ran out into the hall.
Wait, you're saying the fight happened at New Amsterdam?
Does that fit with the evidence so far? Nope.
If this is true, why didn't Mrs. Boersma say anything?
Beats me. I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what the other kids have told me. Supposedly, Mrs. Boersma hauled Harrison into her office, but it's not like he got expelled or anything. And then a week after that, he was dead.
Interesting. And see, we already know there's some kind of conspiracy going on in the school because it was the description of this episode. So, of course, we need to turn our eyes back to the school.
Your baby, Brandon.
What about him?
Have you ever had any doubts who the father is?
No. What are you saying? Why would you even ask that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. We have to ask these questions.
I don't see what this has to do with anything.
And so maybe we would have gotten a different response if we had told her?
Why did nobody tell us this when we were investigating Harrison's murder? If what you're saying is true, then Tag had a motive.
Tag was already gone when Harrison was killed.
Gone? Gone where?
His mom pulled him out of school and sent him off to California to recuperate. They say she was furious with New Amsterdam. Swore that the Vanderhooks were done with it.
Does this fit with the timeline? Not really. If they were done with it, why did they buy a gym?
Then she turned around and donated a gym to the school that summer.
And Tag was back in the fall, like nothing was wrong.
Something's wrong with this picture. Thanks for being forthcoming, Allison.
Sorry I didn't say anything before. I guess I didn't want you to think bad about Harrison. He was a gentleman.
I'm sure he was.
So, lifetime score 47. I believe for this scenario it was 67 total. maybe 87. We're probably halfway, a little bit past the halfway point. There's still a lot to investigate, still a lot to find out to tell this story. The game is definitely suffering, however, by having what would be decent TV twists and storyline twists implemented in a game that really can't tolerate twists. We need more consistency. We need something that we can see coming, something we can play with and know how the result is going to turn out. The worst case scenario example of this would be we play the game perfectly and still we lose the court case at the end. I imagine that won't happen. If it does happen, it will probably happen at the very, very end of all of the episodes where it wouldn't matter so much. Also, for a Telltale game, they're not doing any statistics or anything, so we're not seeing what other people's decisions were, but I guess that's because there really aren't any decisions in this game, and there's only, did you do it right or did you do it wrong? That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.